Howdy, folks. Welcome back to White Silence. Yes, that's what it is. White Silence on SnowRunner. I was not happy with how I left that last video. Um, just got 5 cement loaded, and I moved the truck no more than 40 feet, and it all dumped because of a stupid GGMS bumper pull. Um, but I couldn't put a saddle on in with the crane. Couldn't have saddle and crane. Now this thing here, when this Azov 5319 evacuator was first introduced, I could run the PC320 US large crane and have just enough room to put a lower high saddle on it. Now you can't. The truck has been updated 3 or 4 times since then, maybe more. I mean, it's gone from Epic to Steam since then. Um, that was way back in the Amandra days. And now they have a whole bunch of different add-ons that didn't even exist back then. They have add-ons where you can make it into a tow truck and a rescue vehicle. And along the way, the mod developer lost the ability or took away the ability to mount a crane and a saddle. Perhaps he shortened up the frame a little bit or something. But now the crane and the saddle would overlap where they used to have enough room to be separate. So anyways, I set it up with a small crane. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because I'm not going to pull that load with the Dramus. I'm going to pull that load with this trailer, with this truck and trailer combo. So we're going to drive this up there. This is a low saddle with 50-inch Monster Mud tires and the special edition firm suspension, and you can see it sits perfect with that 4-axle 6-spot low saddle step deck. So I'm really happy with how the truck and trailer work together. The crane is partway back, so that should help us load it. Although I do still have the Dramus with the large crane up there. So let's get going. I do have the concrete blocks loaded. I could deliver those, you know. I was just thinking of that. I could deliver the concrete blocks and then the concrete bags would be on the menu. The blocks are... Oh, fuck, just do it this way. Not that one. Not that one. That one. There we go. All right, that's the 4 concrete blocks. And they deliver to the new mine. So it's only a few minutes away. Then we'll hop back in the evacuator. I was just thinking, I was just looking at the screen and thinking, you know, if I did the blocks right away, then the concrete bags would be on the screen as something that I can load and deliver. much preferred it when you could knock down the signs. Actually, on the live server, you can still knock down the signs. This particular mod developer does lots of things that I don't like, but we're here. I can't hardly do half the jobs and then say fuck it and go do something else. You know, I'm trying to mix in some of the live server jobs that I've not done along with these videos. My new beginning series, or back to the beginning rather. My new beginning series, I was doing that series when Steam, well, when that thing lost its front wheels. Gotta love the bugs. Call this the bug map. When Saber Interactive discovered that there was a problem with the architecture of their public test server, which is what I was playing on, and decided not to have a public test server anymore, so I can't play that save game anymore. But my Back to the Beginning series is going back through the regions and doing the jobs that I either bypassed because they were unimportant to finishing the region, or they were added after I went through those regions, which is the case of like Michigan, Alaska, Tamir, even Amandra, they added Kola Peninsula, they added jobs after I finished. So in that series, I'm going back through and doing those jobs again, doing those jobs, period. Wonderful. Let's back it up out of... I wanted to just line it up along the wall, but of course, you know, it won't do what I want. It does what it wants. There we go. All right. I was not in the loading zone. I have an 8 spot here if I do need to load something. Oh boy. That's going to be tough to get around. Well, I can slide up between the gate arm and the trailer and catch the edge of the loading zone here. All right. Let me get my water open. Froggy throat today. Besides being dehydrated, I made like 7 videos yesterday. That was a lot of talking. All right, now back to this. And then we have to run it way up in the corner. This will be a much better trailer to pull those 5 units of cement with. I threw a special edition transmission in this thing that I've never run before, so I don't know what it's going to be like. I might stop and throw the standard off-road in it. It's got the Extreme Forest engine, Extreme Forest winch, same engine and whatnot that you would have on the Voron Extreme Forest. Oh, this is an 8-speed. That's slower than shit. Let's see what else we got. What else do we got? We got an off-road. Let's just do that. Sometimes the old-fashioned reliable transmission is the best one. Still don't have a lot of top end though. Oh well. Wow, high must not be very high. That's like second gear. Third gear, maybe. I could change that, of course, but not while I'm playing the game. You know, I talk about these little tweaks that I could make while I'm playing, but I can't do it while I'm playing. By the time I'm not playing, it's gone from my mind. Unless I wrote it down, I'm not going to remember it. Sometimes something will remind me and make that memory click. I can't snap my fingers. My fingers are too sore from working on the truck. Too much arthritis in them. I can snap my fingers on my left hand, but I'm steering with that one. There. That's left hand. Come on, truck. My right hand is too full of arthritis. Dislocated a couple fingers 2 or 3 different times. The same fingers while I was, you know, over 25 years of driving truck, and never healed right, full of arthritis now. Anyways, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, not remembering stuff unless I write it down. Sometimes, just out of the blue, I'll think of something. Like, I'll think of something that I wanted to tell my ex. I mean, besides fuck off, but that's beside the point. Um, I'll think of something that I wanted to tell my ex, and I'll forget about it, and then weeks later, it'll just suddenly pop into my mind while I'm doing something else. Wow, if I'm going to start using this as of again, I'm going to have to go through the transmission and engine, give it some horsepower and some gearing. Actually, according to SnowRunner, it's supposed to be a rating of torque. They have an engine torque value, and it's nowhere near reality because for example, the Prospectors, according to SnowRunner, it would have 880,000 torque, which it does not. Ocean liners, I don't think have that much torque. A typical large diesel engine can have anywhere in the neighborhood of 800 to 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. But to Sabre, it's just a value they've assigned to it. Something like a Voron, a vanilla Voron, is running somewhere in the neighborhood of 250,000 stock and maybe 500,000 with the biggest engine. The Prospectors, as developed by whoever, I don't remember anymore, comes with, I believe, 650,000. Mine has more than that. And I've worked on gearing and I've worked on steering, which is why my Prospectors goes like a raped ape. Once you get a long stretch where you can let it stretch its legs a little bit in fifth gear. Now, working through rough terrain, it doesn't really move along any faster than anything else. But if you get it in fifth gear and let her eat, as they say, it'll eventually get up there. Probably the easiest thing to do to load this would be load it with the Dramas. But I'm gonna try. I'll see. This might be quicker. I don't know. This is a special, it's not the stronger RU crane, it's a special edition RU crane. So I don't know if I don't think I can set it down on the deck, the upper deck, and have it load, have it pack, and I can't reach the lower deck. So I'll set a couple here, and if they don't pack, then I'll do something else. It's pretty good that it's even moving it at full extension. Just wish the loading cranes, I mean across the board, it'd be nice if the loading cranes had more reach. I'm pushing extend and raise to get it to go that far. Okay, well if I can set them there and pack them, then I'll just keep setting them there. I'll just leave it full extension and winch them up. Run them over. Exit. Unpack, pack, and then unpack again for the next time. It's crooked because I'm up on that cement over there. I didn't notice that till the trailer was bouncing around. That's okay. We're getting it done. And this thing won't dump them. Okay, that's what I was trying to do. Leave it unpacked for the next time I want to put something on. I deleted that trailer, but I left the Dramus up here in case I wanted to use the large crane. Oh, it's not going to go all the way around. It was bumping into the Dramus to go the other way. This time I can restore crane and pack cargo for the last time. I don't know why it went back to functions. I was trying to move the camera. But regardless, let's get out of here. Take a look at what we got now. We got, come on, forward. That's, oh. That's doing a piss poor job on your textures and your meshes, and when you build the map. It's gonna sit here and waffle back and forth. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Now if I stopped again, it would probably do the same bullshit, but I don't need to stop again. See, fourth gear is still too low. Listen to how much the engine's winding up. And the truck is still barely rolling, it seems like. I like to make progressively longer and longer jumps in the gear ratio as it goes up through the gears. You know, it might have a 2 ratio jump first to second, but then a 3 ratio jump second to third, and a 4 ratio jump third to fourth, you know, something like that. So you get bigger speed gains as you go up. And it's stuck again. Oh boy, I used to have a much longer. See, it's that waffling thing. I think there it just ran out of gear. This thing used to be much better back when I stayed on top of tweaking it, but I haven't bothered to do anything with it in a long time. Here we go, the high range box in high gear. Wow, pulled it through the mud puddle and up the hill. And this engine, Extreme Forest engine, just because they put a fancy label on it, doesn't mean that it has more than 450 or 500,000 on the torque number. Doesn't mean it has any more power than any other vanilla truck in the game. They just put a fancy label on it. They give it just enough to get an S+ rating out of it. Beyond that, they don't care. Now it's going backwards in forward gear. See, if you just kept rolling like I do in the other trucks, in the Kraz Chabors or the Kenny or the Dramas, if you just keep rolling, you can roll right through those bad spots. But I can't do that in this. It doesn't have the horsepower to just pull it through without slowing down to a crawl. And then if it stops, then it starts doing the waffling shit. Forward and back, can't figure out which way to go. But let's see if, well, it's still in first. I don't know if high is gonna work. Nope. And now it's trying to go backwards and forwards at the same time. I noticed before there was some shit over here. There's that special trailer, but besides that, whatever. Can't tell from the road. We're at our turn. Almost there. There we go. If you can get it up to third gear and then stick it in high, you're doing all right. But you have to be able to get it up to third gear in the first place. And now it's dead again. Yeah. I have to try and remember that if I'm going to continue to use this for anything, I've got to do my tweaks on it again. I think I've still got them in an old file. I always keep a file on my truck tweaks. And if it's something new like the Kennys, they run fine the way they are. I don't have to touch them. But these older mods, they sometimes need a little work. I just realized I could have went up the shoreline and been right there, but that's okay. Well, this job worked a lot better without trying to use that bullshit GGMS trailers. I don't want tools, I want cargo management. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gold Creek cold beer. What was it, Tamir? One of the maps in Tamir that had that? Gold Creek mining? Anyway, at any rate, except there's no loading zone to back it out of. So shut her off, leave them there, and see what's next. This is another thing that's inconsistent. Sometimes it shows you there's a, gives you the exclamation point to bring your attention to a new job. Other times it doesn't. Boy. Get there at any cost and then deliver a secure container truck with crane. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then deliver a container to the old oak tree. Are you supposed to just go as fast as you can and jump across the river? Well, where do you pick up the container? That's first. Down here where I am. So I'll take the Kraschabors. I will put the small trailer on it, I suppose. Do I got a Kenny down here? That's another evacuator. Where are my Kennys? Beautiful. It's got a 2-spot box and it'll cruise right along. So from there, I can get on this road and figure out how to get in there. I was just thinking only one container. That would mean pulling, with the Kraschabors, that would mean pulling a little tow behind. With the Kenny, I can put it in the box here. Is it in here? No, it's behind this stuff, I think. There's a couple loading zones back here. They're very limited on what you can get. Alright. Let's start going point to point. There we go. Okay, up there and then down and around and over. So go this way and then turn north. Let me There we go. Rolling repair. Whatever works. Jesus Christ, that repair I just did is almost gone. Yep, there she goes. Broken suspension. Just that quick. Whoa, doggy. Of course, I'm completely ignoring the things that would cause a damaged suspension and just hauling ass. If I slowed down, you know, if I saw a mud hole or a tree obstacle or something in the road and slowed down, there's a bridge way up here. This is 2, yeah. Okay, we still can't cross that way. We can go this way. Yeah, this is what I figured. We were up here with the seismic vibrator and I wasn't following the roads. I was just going where I wanted, where I needed to. But this is what I was commenting. If you went all the way up to the top and then came back down, you could probably find a place to cross. It is above the waterfall. No, we'll probably have to go back north a little ways. Just to like there. I want to do something. If I can. Krasjabors would crawl up there. Well, probably not from a big hole. We're on top of the waterfall. I want to see the scenery. That's cool. Up here where the waterfall goes over. Alright, well, let's get out of here. Let it spool up a little bit before I take the handbrake off. I suppose it won't back out now. There we go. Whoops. Pushing too hard. Well, wasn't that a little bit of a struggle? I think right here is what we want. You betcha. And now there's no road markings or indication of where you want to, how you get from here to there. But I'm just going to go straight for it. It's big boulders and shit all the way, but apparently that's how you have to do it. The other waterfall. Should we go down over the falls? Oh, I didn't want you over there, you pig. That's where it bounced. It did a bounce and ended up way the hell over there. Okay. No. It never bounces the right way. You know, you never get a good bounce out of it. Always bounces the wrong way. I gotta check here. Yeah, we needed to turn there. Do, 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 do. We did all our points, just got the secure container left. I don't know what we're supposed to do to get that out on the island. We'll go take a look at it. God, I wish I could disable that fucking thing. We're not gonna jump that. So, I don't know. We'll circle it and see. See if anything looks shallow enough. It looks like there's maybe old bridge supports out there. I'll be right back. would be as much of a might not be as much of a jump to go from here across to where the pumpkin is. I don't know. Just keep going around and the obvious thought would be to reach it with a large crane, but it isn't going to go out that far, and now the game froze. I'll be back after rebooting.